We got the media team in there. We're the media
We're
team.
the media team. We got content. TV's in the go. We got TV in the go, Wack.
You looking for that fire Clubhouse content? Well, you need to subscribe to the home. Hey, yo, Clubhouse TV. Let's get to the content.
That's a good one.
In the block.
That's why I was asking you why you think they put Nip in front of Game, and I was saying, bro, because of the I ain't gonna say scandalous, but the controversial things that have came with Game.
That's a fact.
Over time. Okay,
yeah,
so
that's real.
See, there you go, Trap.
That's real. It's real. I told you. There's no way that should be.
They did that shit. Them niggas knew Game was gonna react to that shit. So there's no possible way Game was supposed to be outside of 10, B. Out of LA hip hop.
They had Nip ahead of Game.
They knew, and they did that on purpose. B. Psychological geniuses right there. They knew y'all
You get
niggas
what
was
I'm
gonna be hot
saying?
about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I think that by them doing that, I think when Game seen that shit, I don't know like that, but I think he was like, oh, word? Okay. It's my moment right now. Drillmatic 3 coming, no. Documentary 3 coming out, this. It's all a play with them marketing, B. That's what we were saying. With
Nah.
Yes, it is.
Listen, it's all I'm gonna say.
The same way with Pusha T. Same way with Pusha T and the whole
Hey, Brad, so I'm gonna get my man to send you the video, bro, so you can get the video.
Okay. But you know what I'm saying?
I brought him on Akademiks, and y'all gotta stop hating on me, bro, because y'all told me I was lying. So when you called me a lie, I just gotta prove the truth. They just always tell me I'm lying about it. When I prove the truth, they get mad about me showing the truth. Crazy.
But now I knew Game was gonna react to that shit. That was what it was made for. Game was gonna react. Game gonna play that shit all the way. Word.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be real. Do I think Nipsey should be in the top 150? Absolutely. Do I think he might have been ranked a little higher than what he should be on the overall? Definitely. But I'm with you with that. They did it because they knew they was gonna get a reaction or a response.
They knew that. That was a good play, but it was gonna be a good play on both sides because Game going with that shit.
And for the record, just so Fire God know, I got the video where Game wrote all Ras Kass raps, half of them.
What?
Knock it off.
Yeah,
nigga.
when you
Nah, stop.
He said he got the video. He said he got the video
or not.
Knock it off.
Okay, you want to put a bet on it?
Send me the video to my phone, Wack. Send the video to my phone.
Do you want to put a bet on it?
Send the video to my phone. I'm about to be on your head now.
Put it on Akademiks, Wack.
Ras video. Ras Kass was in there. J-Ro.
Hey, hold on.
J-Ro and Exhibit wrote the other half.
Hold on.
Put it on Akademiks.
I know Game's ghostwriters. I got Game's real ghostwriters. Now, don't have me air them out.
Game ain't got no damn ghostwriters.
He do have ghostwriters. He had writing them raps. I got
He
proof.
does not.
You do?
I got proof.
That's not a conversation.
You got the video, Fat
I'll
Prophet?
send it to your phone.
Listen, let's have the conversation,
No.
right? Hold on, this is real shit, because I done been in a million studio sessions. For one, Game writes on his iPhone, right? For one, he writes all this shit on his iPhone, right? He raps it off his iPhone. Two, whenever you got a group in there, producers, whatever you got,
I know how that go.
and they bobbing their head and they mumbling, I might grab a word. One day he asked me, I swear to God, he said, Wack, is anything in the Bible that give it right to... I said, the closest thing I know is Psalms 144:1, right? My God, my rock, trains my hand for battle, my fingers for wars and shit like that. So what the Game do? He said, it says in Psalms, I can split you with this Tommy gun. Now, I can. Do I go say I wrote this?
So you saying you ghost wrote for Game?
No, I got ghost writing.
He done took lines from you, Wack.
Clip that.
No, that's not ghost writing.
Wack said Game got lines from him, B.
No, that's cat. That's not ghost writing. What I'm saying is, if a mumble a word or be like, hey man, what year is them Chevelles? Oh, the 67s is the year. And he take that, flip it how he flip it. Now, writing.
My only question is,
writing is
out
what
of all the Game start beef with, out of all willing to address why he stay hiding from Raz lyrically.
Raz is not.
No. Why he hiding from Raz lyrically?
I hate to say it. You got the W Hotel, right? You got the Westin. You got the Holiday Inn, right? You got the Motel 6.
Ras Kass.
Here
right?
we go.
Then you just got the that say hotel.
Here
All right,
we
I'm
go.
gonna ask you a question. Okay, so
Then the
breakfast?
W is not with the.
I'm
We
gonna
don't
ask you
even
a
want to
question.
park our car
Look,
in the
I'm gonna ask
parking
you a
lot that
question.
says
When
motel.
they first asked Game who his top 5 was, why Ras Kass was there. Got the audio.
But what year was that?
Got the
It don't matter what year it was.
Yeah, it does. That shit changes, bro. Like,
Oh, now it
It
changes.
don't
Oh,
matter,
he
Wack.
said who influenced. Listen, they said
If you
who
say that,
influenced
though.
you to rap. It's mentioned 3 rappers, and he said Ras Kass. He got this shit on audio.
but
So,
what does that
so how they
mean?
get into it though? How that shit started though?
Game slapped the shit out of.
Nah. Raz didn't want to
Wow.
do all that
Raz was
bullshit
whooping.
Game like to do. And Raz
What?
told him, nigga, I don't want to do no song with you. And Game got in his feelings and hit him with a bottle.
That ain't how it went.
Raz
Raz
decent,
was
nigga.
whooping.
with a bottle.
Rab was running his mouth, and they caught him. That's it, bro. That's how it goes.
Game stayed trying to be around. Raz was like, man, look.
Game
Then that
ain't
nigga
never
Game stuck
tried.
and
Bro,
hit him with a
wait.
bottle.
Bro,
Why
it
the
was
nigga
never a
Steve Ford
time
with a
where
rap? Why
Ras
the nigga gotta hit
Kass,
him with a bottle,
bro. Let's stop it with the Game trying to be around Ras Kass. Raz ain't never had no buzz like that.
Raz
You know
was
J-Ro and them was my family. He a lick recruit who was an underground, never made it up from underground.
Nah,
to be
bullshit.
real. Ras Kass ain't got no accolades, no
Top
numbers.
5 lyricists.
He never did a
on
tour.
all the top
You
lyricists list.
give me 2 songs, one
You know
song
he was
where to
blackballed.
rap the
You know
word.
he was blackballed, right? He got blackballed.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. He wasn't big enough to be blackballed.
No, he got
Give me one
blackballed.
song where the word.
Every song.
I'm gonna say,
Give me one.
Hell no.
Don't nobody know that.
I know him word for word though. I know the
Yes.
song though.
His name is Ras Kass.
You know who Ras? You don't know what that word.
His original name was Raspberry.
No, it
No,
wasn't.
His original name was Raspberry. Did you know that?
All right. You
Brad
know
Shaw.
you
Did you know that?
His
original name.
Hey, he dropped
it
online.
wasn't.
Look, he dropped online. He gave an open
His
challenge. The nigga
original
dropped
name was
online and
Raspberry.
said he'll eat
No, it
any of them MCs up, bar for bar. He'll murder all of them. That's what he said.
They don't
He
call
said-
to do nothing. You notice that?
That's bullshit.
They don't call that. He can't, bro.
Hey,
They don't even let that open up.
Don't that cats make beats?
No.
Hell no, bro. I'm gonna tell you, he's a custodian, bro. The janitor.
Knock it off. Knock
He
it
is.
off. Janitor.
He a
nigga. Knock
janitor
it
at
off.
UCLA. Get out of here.
Knock it
Oh,
off.
shit.
The Coast Contra.
Yeah,
nigga,
he a
Coast Contra
custodian.
doing beat. Coast, man, listen.
The Ras Kass a janitor?
He's
No,
a
he's not no
custodian. Got the
janitor.
contracts at UCLA.
Don't listen to Wack is going crazy. Believe that shit.
Okay, watch this, Brad Shaw. Show me in music.
That shit
Show me in music what Ras Kass could be doing to generate income. He's a custodian.
No,
he got the
we go touring overseas all the time. Just left on tour with Onyx. We do tours with Onyx. We just did a tour with Onyx, and we go overseas and
Bro, them $1,000 a night gigs don't
Nah,
count.
we don't do
They
$1,000.
pay $1,000 a night. What you want to bet?
We
Let's
make
bet.
more than $1,000 a night.
No,
nigga.
that's all they pay him, bro.
No, it's not.
That's it. This
I
is
see
no
nothing.
lie.
He just got
No,
20,000.
it's bullshit. I did some of the bookings.
That's
No
cap.
fact.
Ain't
No,
nobody
no.
giving Ras Kass no
No, that's
20,000.
bullshit.
Okay, I'll
Making
double it to
plenty
40.
money
Show me that
overseas,
contract.
Making plenty.
Brad Shaw. I'll double the contract. Send me that contract.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to call the promoter. Ain't no way anybody paying Ras Kass.
See what the ticket
They
was for
ain't
the
paying that
Onyx shows.
2,000.
See what the ticket was for them Onyx and Raz shows overseas.
Huh?
Onyx get paid.
Onyx and Ras Kass was on tour just a minute ago.
Onyx
Ras
get
Kass
paid.
is getting paid a G a night, bro.
No.
Nah, I ain't gonna tell you that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
He
We
don't
talking
get
real
paid a
hip hop
G a
legend.
night.
We talking a real hip
I'm
hop
going to tell you somebody
legend.
else that make a G a night that'll do up.
Who?
Daz and Corrupt.
That's a fact. It depends on where they
Yo,
go.
Mike
Let's
Jones
bet.
just told me he made 20,000
Let's bet.
for a 45-minute set.
Let's
Now,
bet
Mike
on
lying.
the
I
Snoop
can tell you
Dogg.
for a fact Mike lying.
Hey, Trap, let me say
Mike
this,
said that. He
Trap.
showed the paperwork and everything.
I can tell you for a
Listen.
fact Mike lying. Because I just paid him
He
$7,000.
showed the text.
No, but hold
He
on. Let me say
said
this.
Jim
Let me say
Jones
this.
made what?
Trap, let me say one
up?
thing. Just
What's up,
because you can get 20, if you're willing to pay 20, that don't mean that's his quote. You could get 20 from somebody, but his quote might be 8. It just who offered the 20, either one really wanted that act or they ain't know no better. Like cats licks all the time. Like I'm pretty sure Wack done had signed or like was working with that quote way more on the quote because of he went through.
Hey, Fat Prophet.
Man, he's controlling my stage too much.
Hey, man.
Leave John alone.
Tell Ras Kass I need him in the studio, bro.
Hey, nah.
What you mean? We need the studio. Hold on, bro. Bradshaw, see, I need him in the studio because we need it clean. Need custodian janitor work.
Nah.
We need the studio clean.
Trust me, if he was would never be a janitor. Got us behind him forever. That'd never happen. We dropped the book. Soul on Ice 2 did good. Yeah, all right.
You dropped what?
Soul on Ice 2.
Soul on Ice 2.
Sold on Ice 2
and a book. And we sold books. And we sold the book. Collector's
Ain't nobody
edition.
buying them Ras Kass.
We sold out 500 copies plus.
Y'all brought y'all own books so you can get the rating.
No.
Bradshaw, what they do, they buy their own books to get the rating so they can get it in the Barnes and Noble. I'm telling you to get it in Barnes and Noble. He capping. I bet you this. I bet he can't show us 600 books that was sold.
I'll put a number.
Because nobody ever brought them. They brought their own books.
No, we don't buy our own books. We in the business. We ain't trying to buy our own books. What good is that?
And then what they do,
Ras Kass is a hip hop legend. They don't have one game song that's being studied.
I'll get them out of here.
Being studied in college.
Ras Kass is a hip hop legend.
He got a whole course. Yes.
Get them out of here. Fat prophet. I thought you was a fat prophet.
LEGEND.
Yo,
get the you're a fan.
No. Hall of Fame of LA rappers.
Yep.
Hell no.
Yep. ChatGPT thinks so.
Crazy.
ChatGPT put him second under Kendrick Lamar. ChatGPT put him second. Nigga didn't even show up on that list. Type it in ChatGPT right now. I challenge any. Tell ChatGPT give you.
You don't even know where Ras Kass is from. Where Ras Kass from?
Top lyricists out of LA.
Watch this trap. Yo, Fat Prophet, where Ras Kass from?
He from Watts.
He from Watts.
Hey, Fat Prophet, I'm gonna try it. Hold on.
And Carson. You said what? He from the Patch.
Anytime I want to get up under the skin, I just talk that Ras Kass.
That's it. Nigga's name was Raspberry.
I don't know why he's falling for this dumb ass.
What's his name? Raspberry before?
Raspberry. His original name is Raspberry.
Raspberry. Don't listen to this, man. This
That's crazy. His name was Raspberry, bro.
Me and Ras Kass always been good. You know, he always. I met him with J-Ro and them and shit.
That's what he told me. He said, man, I always used to run into Wack. Wack was the most coolest ever. He never was. I don't know who online is. He said ain't never been like that. Nigga was always a gangster, quiet, just keeping it G. All of a sudden online, turned a whole nother monster.
What it is I just know what I know. I'm known in that era that was in the mix and could talk about shit. It's just a lot of, you know what I mean? Like, yo, Wack, we always been good, right? I'm like, why you calling me? Man, just if something come up about me, man, just kind of, can you leave it alone? Because I know too much, so I don't say a lot of shit.
You can't say Raz ain't a legend. You got him on your wall.
Nah,
he's on your floor in the studio.
No,
Soul on Ice is a picture on your studio wall.
Wack, say it ain't so, baby.
I couldn't say he was a legend.
No, why he on your wall of great records?
You gotta remember, you talking to me, I'm like an Ice Cube. That type. I'm just being real, bro. Like, I wasn't even with they type of rap.
Because he was hip hop.
Can't be a legend because Ice Cube is?
No. When you asking me about a legend,
real, like gangster rap, like rap.
48 years old, so. When you asking me who my rap legends is, it's gonna be a different.
Nobody was on that in the West Coast.
You asked me about my top 5 spitters.
Yeah, he number 4 or 5.
Okay, look, if I'm telling you on 48, right?
4 or 5.
And who would be what East Coast would be in my top 5 spitters?
So who your top 5 West Coast spitters then?
No, Brad, I want to see. Automatically, I'm going to say Rakim's up there, right? Because I come up on that. You know what I'm saying? So, Ras Kass, it's just, I can't, what he do?
He put hip hop on for the West Coast. You don't have no Kendrick Lamar without Ras Kass.
Get the out of here, bro.
That's a fact. Kendrick come off for Raz.
You know what? No,
that's a lie. Hold on.
I was on. Now I'm gonna tell Ras Kass not to clean your studio. Just for you lying on him.
You don't come up on Ras Kass tree.
It's a fact. Kendrick does come off Ras Kass tree.
He came up on the game.
No, he
nigga.
didn't. He came off of Kendrick is hip hop. Kendrick comes off of the Ras Kass tree. Go check the record. Why you think Corrupt in the group with Ras Kass?
No, he fuck with Ras Kass, but Kendrick come from Kendrick come from Corrupt tree. Dude.
No, he comes from the Ras Kass tree. That's a fact. Go look up the record K-Dot. When K-Dot was any hip hop, any real hip hop spitter that was spitting real hip hop, they came under the Ras tree out of the West.
Man, hell.
That's a fact. Game just was a hybrid. Game was the first artist that was accepted from the gangster crowd and the hip hop crowd. That was the difference.
Yeah, that's a fact.
That was the only difference. But when we talking straight hip hop,
you should be over Corrupting.
Definitely skipping over Corrupt. Corrupt is from the East Coast.
No, you're not.
Yes, he is.
Ain't he from Philly?
He from Philly.
That nigga from 6 so.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Just because you from 6 ho don't mean nothing.
Damn, you calling him 6 ho? That's crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that's uncalled for. Oh man, y'all getting the West Coast mentioned a lot, B, lately, B. Y'all getting the West Coast mentioned a lot lately. I ain't gonna hold you.
Everybody know every fake Crip that wanted to be a Crip that never was accepted, the first default game they start to bang is 6-0. That's a fact.
I mean, if a nigga moved to LA when he's 16, is he really from LA or is he from Philly? Like,
where your bones at, man? Where you get your bones at, man? Nigga could have been in Philly for being, you know what I'm saying?
You know, he represent the hood, but at the end of the day, he's still a rapper, nigga. He's still a rapper. He still got his style from Philly. He don't rap like the conventional West Coast rapper.
And you feel like Ras Kass do?
Ras Kass is the first of his kind to do it how he did it. He was the first one to go to the East Coast and flagship for the West Coast being a lyricist. Period.
I don't know about that.
You look up, do your research.
Gotta check on that. So you saying that Ice Cube wasn't?
He was the first one that was accepted lyrically. Like, yeah, this might be a problem.
Ice Cube wasn't accepted lyrically.
Yeah,
I mean that's not the same. Ice Cube was a gangster rapper, bro.
For that era, Fat Prophet.
Bro, you better not even mention Ras Kass name with Ice Cube. Cut that out.
They two different type of rappers. But Ice Cube,
come on, don't do that, bro.
Is
come on.
a
I know
real
that's
rapper,
your man and all that.
Mythological type.
But show some respect, bro. Next thing you know, that's like them mentioning Pop Smoke with Jay-Z.
Guess what? When they asked Ice Cube who his top West Coast lyricist is, Ras Kass came up.
Pop Smoke had something Ras Kass didn't have. He had a worldly thing.
Ice Cube represented Ras Kass when they asked him who his top MCs was.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that.
All your favorite rappers is gonna really represent it. All the known rappers that know something, they gonna be the ones to be like, when it come to real rap, they going Ras Kass over Game.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad, but you also stretching it to say he was the first.
I'm not stretching anything.
You stretching it to say he's the first. That's what I'm saying.
Listen, there was no other lyricists, not rappers, lyricists that was holding the flagship for the West at that time.
I'm not gonna say that, bro. I gotta disagree.
Well, you show me one. You show me one. You match it up. I don't know. Ras Kass was at Jay-Z out. Yeah, 26. You know what you're talking about. Ras Kass was staying with Jay-Z for a long period of time.
He partially right, Trav.
He was staying with Jay-Z. He was with Jay-Z. Listen, they blackballed Ras. He was gonna be Eminem if he didn't diss Dre. Think about this.
Yeah, Ras was one of the first, like him and like AC Alone, all the cats freestyle fellowship.
Y'all just don't know y'all history like that. I understand. It ain't up for
Fat Prophet.
He's not written in the history. He's not written in the history books.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Every history book when it comes to hip hop.
Soul Nights is good bread. I said Soul Nights is good bread. I'll give you that.
He just didn't gain the mainstream popularity, but
because he wouldn't put on the Dickies and the Chucks. Because he wouldn't put on the Dickies and Chucks.
Just from the outside looking in, I felt like Cube was getting respected as a lyricist everywhere. But maybe I'm wrong.
When did Chino come out?
He was
did, and
respected
that's what
as
I'm
a
trying to
great
tell
rapper.
Fat Prophet.
He
That's what
was
I'm trying to
respected
tell.
as a great rapper.
But he was
It's a
considered
difference.
he was considered a lyricist at that particular era, though. Fat Prophet. That's what I'm saying. No,
I mean, he was top tier for all we had at the time. He was,
but even the East Coast respected the shit though.
But listen, I'm saying they respected it for a lot of different reasons. But I'm gonna tell you one thing for sure: when they asked Cube who his top lyricist was, he mentioned Ras Kass. He didn't even put himself in that category. Cube said he was reality rap. He was more on some real shit. He wasn't really into all that, trying to do metaphors and all that weird shit. He just wanted to rap.
Clubhouse TV. Clubhouse TV.
What up, YouTube? It's Clubhouse TV back with another one. Y'all heard the content, man. Tapping in on a wild moment. Wack 100 straight up troll Fat Prophet. Said Ras Kass wasn't a hip hop legend, and also said that he was a janitor. It was some great content. But let's be real, Ras Kass is a legend in this culture. Solo Nice, still quoted by some of the most lyrical spitters out there. He might not be on your playlist today, but you can't rewrite history. And Wack knew that. He also knew how to make the moment go viral. So yeah, Wack trolled hard. Low-key also stood on business. Ras Kass is a legend. Trying to downplay his legacy because he ain't flashy in 2025. Nah, we ain't doing that. But like I said, we know Wack was just trolling. Let me know in the comments, is Ras Kass still a legend to y'all? Or has time moved on? Let me know what you think about the content in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you're always notified when I drop new content. Subscribe to the media team so you get that exclusive Wack 100 content. Any questions, suggestions, need me to advertise for you on my channel with over 40,000 subscribers, just get at me on IG and I'll get right back to you. As always, certainly appreciate you checking out Clubhouse TV. On to the next one.